Hi, I never know how to start a video, so I'm just gonna jump right in. Obviously, my name is Heidi, if you don't already know, if you haven't seen any of my videos. Um, but today I wanted to talk about something that's been on my mind, just regarding this whole carnivore journey that I'm on. My mind is the reason part of my mind, the logic part of my mind. It's completely, utterly convinced that the carnivore lifestyle is good for me. It is helping me heal. It will help me to become healthy and fit and capable and live longer, and that it really is the way to go for optimal, absolute best optimal health. So, yeah, I mean, of course, just like anybody else, because we have been so conditioned in our society to believe that we need vegetables, to believe that animal fats are not good for us, um, and just a bunch of other stuff, that certain things are harmless, it's okay, it's not a big deal, like sugar, oh, don't worry about it. Because we've been so conditioned by our society, by the big food companies, you know, it was a little bit hard to wrap my mind around, at first, how anybody could literally survive, oh my gosh, on an all meat diet. Um, but since I have tried it for myself and noticed the changes when I'm consuming only animal products, specifically only meat, how much better I physically feel, how much clearer I'm able to think, how much kinder of a person I am. Um, all of those things, and not to mention just loads of anecdotal evidence from so many people that is absolutely impossible to refute. Um, that yeah, I'm thoroughly convinced of this, and I want to be healthy. I want to be healed. I want to feel better. I want to be stronger. I want to lose weight. I want the inflammation in my body to go away so that I'm able to move, so that I'm able to jump and run and do the things that a proper human should be able to do. And go for my goals and dreams. And I was thinking the other day of what I'm excited for. Like, oh yeah, that I kind of almost have like a bucket list. Like, ooh, that's something I want to tackle when I feel good, when I'm healed, when my body is healed. When my body's healed, I'm excited and looking forward to getting up earlier in the morning and having more time to do more things, having more time to clean my yard, to do um, to big projects in my yard, um, just different things that go through my mind. I'm like that like pop into my head. Oh yeah, I can't wait to do that when I'm healed. Okay, when I'm healed by this way of living, and I fully convinced that it will heal me and that I will have a time of healing, and that I will have this kind of miraculous new life because I've seen it. I've seen other people and I've felt just the smallest glimpses of it when I have stayed on track eating completely carnivore. But the other things have been going through my head too. The other things that I kind of have started to realize that while I may be logically convinced and my reason and logic are completely there, And my body is yet like, yes, yes, do that. My body's like, yep, you feel great when you do that. My body responds to it. My logic and reason part of my mind respond to it. That there is still the part of me, the emotional, mental part that of my mind and of my heart, my soul that is still resisting. And I kind of have come to this realization that I need to let it catch up, basically. Because I want to do this thing. I want to go fast, and I want to like do the full out like go lion. Who needs anything else? Who needs anything but beef and salt and water? Just do it and get all the weight off and get the healing done and get to it. But I've had to kind of back up a little bit and realize my there's so much intrinsically tied in with food that have been so many connections, brain connections, emotional, real connections that that are connected to very important parts of my personality, my soul, that are somehow connected to a food and connected to sharing food with people and sharing certain types of food with certain people. And those connections are much harder to just cut off and break, right? Just say bloop, okay? And I mean, they're neural connections that are connected to very important things to me: sentimental, emotional, social survival things. And I have come to realize that I need to slow down and let that catch up. So when people say, you know, that some people can just go cold turkey and it's amazing, great, and other people need to take it slow and ease themselves into it. In my mind I was like, oh well, that's physically, but I can handle physical things, and so what if I detox and have some physical reaction? It's not just the physicality, and it's not just like convincing your mind of it, convincing um your logical, reasonable mind that this is the right thing or the best thing. It's also the going slow, easing yourself into a different lifestyle, building new habits, breaking old habits is also, I think, for some people, and definitely for me, a large job. It's a huge task. And completely changing a lifestyle and social structures, social expectations is a big deal. It's a big task. And I I am realizing that I need to take this slower, to do the emotional work that it takes, because I want to just be carnivore and be done with it. But I have also inadvertently fallen off the wagon, sabotaged myself in other ways at other times because of that kind of all or nothing thinking that I'm trying really hard to avoid. But it's not just all or nothing, because I do kind of, I have that bucket list desire. I want to be in that all or nothing place. I want to be in that state of being where meat is enough and I never want to eat anything else again. Um, and it feels a little bit, it's a little ironic because the strength to do that emotional work will definitely come from the healing of your body and of your mind through eating the carnivore lifestyle or the carnivore way of eating. That will give me the strength to do the emotional work, but the emotional work needs to be done so that I can stay on track. So it's kind of all intertwined and a little bit like, oh, how do I do this? Um, but I am avoiding the trying to avoid the all or nothing thinking right now because that sends me into kind of just this like this despairing place. Like I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like how am I gonna live through every Pascha, every Lent, and every Pascha for the rest of my life, not eating vegetables, not feasting with um with everyone else, not drinking a little bit of alcohol at the Pascha picnic, um not making bread, the special traditional bread, not making pizza bread every Christmas, things like this that I still because like even like tears come up because they're so intrinsically connected to beautiful friendships and relationships with people who are gone, past. My grandparents, my father. Um, there, there's my grandmother's passed down recipes that were in our family. The lasagna, the pizza bread, the things that my grandpa's pie crust. There are so many things that when I think of, I'm never going to eat this again, I'm never going to make this again, there's a certain despair and panic, and then I sabotage. And that's not where I want to be. So I saw some, I saw, I've been kind of looking at different videos. Saw a video, the Imperfect Carnivore, interview with Christy over at Meeting Wellness, who interviewed the Imperfect Carnivore, Sarah. And I think that really helped me come to this, oh, you know, I can still be a carnivore. I can still be a carnivore. And if I have some moments that I'm not strictly following carnivore, first of all, I'm going to feel that on my body. And I do. I do now. Yesterday was Western Easter. Um, my family came over. They wanted to do the egg hunt. Great. We had fun decorating eggs, did all that. But of course, they also brought the candy and the food. And as much as I tried to avoid it, I am an addict. I didn't avoid it um, completely. And so the best that I could do was to get back on track today, was to make sure that when they left, all their food went with them. And that was one thing on my plan. I'm like, okay, I ate some. Okay. Um, but you're taking all this with you. Okay. Don't leave those brownies here. Don't leave that leftover lasagna. Don't leave that leftover cornbread casserole. You take all of that with you. And and then I have a chance. I have a chance to get back on track. And today, I'm eating up the deviled eggs I made and some sausage. That's what I had for lunch. I still have a burger patty to go home to tonight. Yes, my sad life. But no, that's like for dinner, waiting for dinner, ready to go. Um, I am I am still on BBBE. I'm still doing that. I'm going to be continuing that through Lent. That is my Lent. Um, and and when and if, and I'm just gonna say when, because here's the thing: if I say if this happens, I'm gonna go back to to eating BBBE or eating, on carnivore track, I, but I'm going to try really hard not to, then I tend to sabotage and be like, ugh, well, I did that. Now my day's over. Now I'm just going to binge some more and binge some more. And maybe I shouldn't try. And it's very pathetic, I know. But I really feel like, if I plan for that and I'm like, you know what? If it comes to that day, you don't have to. I don't have to. I don't have to eat the bad things. I don't have to eat the sugar. I don't have to eat those. If I can avoid them as much as possible, I will. But when I eat that, I can still return to a carnivore lifestyle. I can still return the rest of my day, the rest of my week. It doesn't have to be the end. It doesn't have to be all or nothing. I don't have to cash in my chip and start over. I am on track. And honestly, the more I stay on track, because how I feel today, I really am like, that didn't, I don't feel great today. I didn't feel great last night. And so, just the more I think about it, I'm aware of it. Just be aware. I don't feel great. And, make that connection. Make that connection. When you are up against it again, do you want to feel that the next day? Do you want to feel foggy? Do you want to feel that joint pain in your knee come back? Do you want to feel that joint pain in your finger come back? I think if I, you know, were to continue sad, I would have to start getting shots for arthritis or something in my hands. But do I want to feel that? Just be aware you're gonna feel that if you make the choice to eat that. I'm making those connections and letting that emotional thing catch up to I'm making shit to just that slight shift of okay, I'm just gonna make the connection that if I eat this, I will feel this. Just make that connection first. Make the connection that the funnest part of yesterday was dyeing the eggs with the kids. We had a good time just doing regular old food coloring egg dye. And then when they were dyed and dried, hid them in the yard and did the egg hunt. It was fun. The little girls had a great time. I had a great time having fun with them, doing that with them, having that experience with them. That was the best part of that time and of that day. The food was there. We were all sharing food. But had I not eaten any of their food, yeah, there was talk about it, there was communication. Oh, yeah, this is what's in the brownies, this is what's, you know, social interaction. Yeah, it was fun, it was important to me. But that wasn't the best part. And how can I shift the paradigm to have those fun social interactions without them being centered around the food? So I guess I just kind of wanted to, like, this is my journey. These are the reflections that I'm having while I'm on this journey, and why, what I want to come back to and remember that I need to slow down and let the emotional work happen to catch up. I'm not all or nothing. I'm not strict pure carnivore right now, but I am on that journey, and I am, I'm doing BBE right now, and I'm saying that I'm doing that. That's what I'm doing right now. Just because I messed up, I wouldn't even say messed up because I had this kind of conclusion yesterday too. Before yesterday, I I chose to partake with the family of non-carnivore food, but that doesn't mean that I'm not on this carnivore lifestyle. I'm right back on today, and I'm going to continue. And the more I build that habit of getting right back on, of continuing, I do believe that the less I'm going to even want to partake in those other things. And as I conscient, consciously, I don't know, consciously build connections intentionally, build the same kind of connections around something else that isn't food, aka the Easter egg dying. Maybe play a game with the family, do some things, and try to intentionally build in some other traditions as I'm going through this process so that all of those feelings, of those emotional feelings, those emotional connections can shift, and I can have more success. And, the work has to be done. The emotional work has to be done. And I think that's an acknowledgement that I just need to make. Anyway, thank you for listening to my rambling about this. These are kind of the feelings that I'm having, the thoughts that I'm having on this journey. And I hope that, maybe it'll help you. Maybe it'll help something click for you, because I've watched a few videos in the past couple of weeks kind of around this that have helped this click for me, that it's okay for me to slow down, because I don't have to be everybody else. I don't have to be the person who is, decided to do carnivore and they're 300 days in without a bite of anything that isn't meat, and are amazing and perfect. And, you know, I mean, I'm sure they wouldn't say perfect. They're great people. And I am truly excited for them and inspired by them, inspired by their example. They are showing me that it's real. Um, but I don't have to be that person. And I will find my own way in my own time. And it has to be real. I want it to be real. I don't want it to be a thing that I'm on the wagon and then I've sabotaged and then I've given up. What I want this is to be real. So I have to do it the right way. I have to do it slow enough to take effect in every area of my life, to take root in every part of my life. Anyway, thank you for listening to me and joining me on my journey. I hope that anything I might say would be helpful to you. Blessings to all.